right, we are live for the 114th episode of the
Let's Go podcast. And we are back in a groove, ripping out podcasts like we did back at episode 11. And we are excited to have Mordechai Abittan on the podcast. You know, he's a man of seemingly few words, but then you meet him and he's got a lot to say. And me and him have gone back and forth recently on the softball field. He's very, well, to say the least, very confident in his 1-4 Wall Street Grill. And he's trying to back up his talk with some action here with the Twillery tournament coming up tomorrow. I'm very excited to have him on to really help introduce it. You know, we're pumped. It's been an amazing season of playing games, but this is really what everyone signed up for. It's what everyone joined for, and this is where the action comes to reality. So welcome, Mordechai, and Dave, take it away.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. You know, one of the things we're trying to cultivate at HSL is more of a community feel. Mordechai, you go by Mordechai or Morty?
People call me Morty, but I'm good with both.
You go with both? Morty's one of those guys you've seen at games a lot of times over the years. You know, you kind of say hi, you shake hands after the game. You don't really know, like Avi said, you think he's a quiet guy. He does his talking, while he plays. And then we create this chat. and the guy just doesn't back down, doesn't stop standing up for what he believes in, taking on Steve Pollen, no intimidation factor. So welcome to the pod. So I said we gotta have this guy on the podcast, and soon. So welcome to the pod, Mr. Morty.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely like group chats, and I like having a little fun also, you know. David,
I'm listening. I'm just looking at your roster. Yeah,
I disagreed a little bit with you in person the other night, but I mean, not like a real big disagreement, like a little nothing. But I don't know that Steve and I have really gone back and forth so much. Aside from one, there was only one where my guy Dovey Schwartz, I hit a single. Dovey Schwartz clearly went out of the baseline, but I'm not going to say that my own teammate went out of the baseline, obviously, in the chat. So I was the one guy that had to stand up and make like he wasn't out of the baseline, when obviously he was. But so that was the only time Steve and I believe Steve and I have had differing opinions in the chat. But I definitely like, whenever possible, instigate a little bit.
Stir the pot. Wasn't it you the other day when Shlomo Ross said that thing about you may as well just put Gordon Companies on the trophy?
Yeah. Because I know Benji. I know Shlomo and Benji. I've been playing in these leagues for.
One second, can I interrupt for a second? Avi, why did you say the 1-4 Wall Street Grill? They're 1-4?
Yeah, we're 1-4. We're 1-4.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that.
What do you mean? What are you looking at? What are you looking at totally different, Dave?
I'm looking at their roster, and they just have a strong roster, and they spanked us. So
I think Dov is not really. He's just surprised because the fourth inning. There's no outs yet, and it's still in the fourth inning. So
we gave up more runs to you in that game than we did the other 4 games combined, which is pretty weird. All right, so you guys are 1-4 despite a very talented roster.
Well, Avi doesn't think
I don't think they have the most. I don't think the roster is so well rounded.
Yeah, so Morty, I also called Avi out on that last week.
I was saying from the beginning. By the way, I just want to point out quickly, Dave, the teams that I said from the beginning I didn't think had good rosters are all in the bottom of the tournament. Like, everyone keeps on hating me for my predictions. I said Crush wasn't a good roster.
What did you say about Twillery?
I said Twillery wasn't a good roster.
Oh, you did? Oh, I thought you liked Twillery.
No, I didn't. I said so. It was very unfortunate from the beginning. I wanted to like Twillery. I couldn't. And the teams that I was highest on, the only one that really let me down a little bit was Bravo, with Lowinger going 2 and 3. But the other teams, I was very high on Gordon Companies.
Wait! I throw a challenge flag on Gordon Companies.
What happened?
I don't think you thought Benji. You said Benji was nervous during the drafts. I think this is not accurate.
Yeah. I remember that also. Avi, save this for your walk-in talks. You can live in whatever delusional world you want to. Then
I'll pull it up. Let's see where I give Gordon Companies. Go ahead.
Okay, so Morty, so you're saying that basically you're not just shit talking. There's a method to the madness. Those guys were your friends. Steve, you're standing up for your other friends, so on and so forth. Your teammate.
No, yeah. So I'm definitely not trying to start be in actual fights. I don't do that. That's not my thing. I do like It's a couple things. It's number one. It's I like having fun. I like it's a fun time, especially in
Mm-hmm.
softball. I know most of these guys. Whether it's like I'm close with them or whether it's like I just know them very well from softball,
Mm-hmm.
or most of the guys that have been playing for a while, I definitely know. I've been on a lot of these guys' teams over the years, also. Yeah, but like I don't think I would never want to be in like I would never be in a real like actual argument. Like I wouldn't do that. That's not my
Uh-huh.
thing.
All right. So speaking of which, let's start from the beginning. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Lawrence. Now I'm in Kew Garden Hills.
It's quite the downgrade.
Yeah, yeah. For now, we're here for now. We'll see in the summer. We'll see in the summer where I'm.
Did you go to Lander, or how did you end up in Kew Garden Hills, or Queens,
No, I
or
went to YU. Got married. Got married a while ago, and then it's just I was going to law school. My wife is in dental school, and this is kind of like the middle ground geographically.
You're from the
Uh,
city.
she went to Turo at Westchester Dental School. I was in Hofstra Law School. So
A lot of
not
people.
close.
A lot of people work in the city. Live in Queens.
Yeah, yeah. Also commute. Yeah. So I mean, I don't right now. I'm studying for the bar or whatever, but so I don't know that. Yep. And my wife's in residency here in Kew Garden Hills.
Ah.
So, but probably in the summertime.
Where does she do a residency?
She's in
David's
New
trying
York
to hint that
Presbyterian.
he's trying to hint that his stint in Kew Garden Hills is coming to an end, but you're not picking up on that, or maybe
Well,
you
no,
are.
that's no, not a hint.
He's
That's
not hinting it. He's saying it.
I know. Every time he brings it up, it quickly we get moved on. I want to hear this. It's a
no,
good
no.
act.
It was a nice. What it was going to
Why,
be by
Abby? Do you have
then.
what to do with Morden Kew Garden Hills? You guys
No,
connect
I'm
with
just
each other?
curious
No,
about
not
his
at all.
life. Curious about his life. You asked him about his life. He's talking.
Oh, okay, okay. So what's next on the agenda? Where you headed? Back Lawrence?
That would be nice. Not yet with my $0 income, but maybe one day. I don't
Maybe
know.
you could
I'm not sure.
monetize your WhatsApp talents.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
grow up in Lawrence, New York. Where did you go to elementary school?
Halb, then DRS.
Okay, so you're pretty right wing.
Halb, DRS, Shalvin, YU. Class the
Modocs. I call him Modocs.
But it's
Moda.
Modoc's right wing. It's its own brand of Modoc's. You know,
Well, I don't I daven in like I don't know if you guys Rabbi Kalish Shul like Harborview, like Fashivish Lawrence. Archie daven's there nowadays. Archie's
oh,
there.
that style. Okay, but you don't live in Lawrence, so it doesn't mean you daven there.
When I'm saying when I go to my parents, like that's where I grew up
Uh,
davening. Like that's my father's shul.
Oh, so that's
So
a yeshivish stemp.
yeah, it's like Yeshiva Katana Darche families, and then us, the Halb family.
Oh, so why was your father subjecting you to that all the years?
My parents are very. I mean, again, what I would say normal, but like they're like all of our family friends are a little more right wing, but we're not like Modocs, like like we're like
How do you make do you say Hal on Yom
Yeah.
Ha'atzmaut?
That's a good question. I do personally I do.
Oh, wow.
But I also went to I still hold like those are my Rabbi Leibowitz is still he's my Rabbi I'm still I'm not in that right wing world. Yeah.
Mishaberach for the army at the on Shabbos.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I'm not. I didn't. Not only since October 7th.
Not attending the not
Yeah,
attending.
there were Chaylim before. There were Chaylim before October 7th too.
Not attending. Oh, I shouldn't bring that up. That's getting into real. Never mind. Go ahead.
I just want to get into real politics here.
Yeah.
I'm down. By the way, I'm down for real politics whenever.
We tried.
Yeah, I heard, especially with your goings on at the DRS Minion or something. You're very into the politics over there. I heard. I don't know what exactly that means. That's what
I think
somebody told me last.
Who is this? You don't want to divulge your.
I won't divulge my source.
I don't think that was like. So I'll tell you. I don't think that was like real politics. I'm involved in the shul, like the leadership there. So people like.
Even though you live in Queens.
No. Oh, okay. The DRS shul is in Kew Garden Hills, Zichron Shalom. Where Joey davened.
Oh yeah.
Blisco
Okay,
yeah, you got this from Joey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad source of information.
Who besides Joey Davenser? Who's the name you mentioned after? Blisco?
I mean, a lot of people, but Avrami Blisco.
Isn't there Prager davens and
Prager used to daven there before he moved. The Shaneman's daven there. I mean, a lot of guys.
It's Scheinman, by the way, not Shaneman.
No. Shaneman.
Really? Oh, whoops. So it's
Yeah.
Donnie Shaneman. It's not Danny Shaneman. It's not Donnie Scheinman. It's Donnie Shaneman. Okay.
Yeah, the Tabak's daven there. Donnie Freed davens there.
Well, sounds like a fun group.
It's
Crown
very
Care,
fun.
Crown Care basketball team.
Wait, so
Crown Care
what's the
yeah,
DRS
Crown Care.
minion? So what's the DRS
Zalman
minion?
Pollock.
Before he went to Hashivenu. Now he's
Before
like
became the chassid of Hashivenu.
Zalman's like a Hashivenu groupie. He
Well, he
posts
always
there on Yom Kippur.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
Yom
Well,
Kippur, he posts. I guess the rabbi there has some kind of heter, very strange shul, a very strange community. He posts on Yom Kippur from Hashivin. You guys saw that?
Yeah.
Never saw a guy so proud to be Michal Yom Kippur before.
I think he was trying to flex how firm they are that their Neila goes so late, but he doesn't realize it was the opposite. It had the opposite effect.
Okay, wait. So what is the DRS shul? I grew up in Kew Garden Hills. I don't think it was there when I was there.
How long ago were you here?
In Kew Garden Hills, I moved out about 7-8 years ago.
You know, it was around. It wasn't as big as it is now, but it was around. It was,
so what's the name of the rabbi and where is it?
Rabbi Tannenbaum, and it's in the old Hashivenu, you know, the downstairs.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
So Zalman leaves the down. So Zalman really upgraded.
Well, he's still part of the shul. He's still close with the Rav, but I think his kids are a little older. I think he needs groups and stuff like that.
But who does he ask his Taras HaMishpacha shilas to?
That's a good question. I don't know. Should we call him in here?
Should I bring him on the phone and ask him? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So you go to IU. Let's stick with DRS High School. Were you coached by Tuvia Blisco at? Oh wait, how old are you? You're 27.
That's a good question. Yeah, I'm 27. Yeah.
So were you in the Tuvia Blisco school of softball coaching?
So when I was in 9th grade, Tuvia Blisco was the coach of the JV team. He did our tryouts, put me on the team, and then I guess varsity Larry left. I'm not sure if it was Larry. I think Larry left coaching softball at that year, and I guess DRS didn't have someone for varsity. I don't know. Long story short, Tuvia ended up taking over varsity, and so he put me on the team in 9th grade, but he never coached me. Someone else came in to coach.
Oh, so what happened when you got to varsity?
He was not my coach in varsity either. I had the same coaches. They moved up.
So you never got to have Tuvia, but Tuvia put you on the team.
Yeah, but I knew Tuvia. Tuvia's my brother. I'm the youngest of 5, so Tuvia's either my brother's age or in between 2 or whatever, close with an age with 1 or whatever. So I knew Tuvia. And I was playing softball, and I started playing on Tuvia's teams on Sunday mornings while I was in high school.
Really? Okay, so which teams were that? Do you remember the names?
These are the Blue Ahoos.
They've always been the Blue Ahoos.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I might be wrong. But
were you on the team that, or this might have been? You went to Israel? I don't know. Were you the famous game where the famous season where the Blue Ahoos knock off the Bombers in the semis, and then they play the Bad Jews?
No, this is recently. This is recent times.
This is like 7 years ago. It's like 7 years ago.
Like 5, 6 years.
Yeah, like 5. Yeah. But I'm saying this is not. Yeah. This is way after my high school. But yes.
Okay, you were saying you were playing way back. Okay, so you were on that. So Okay, so you're actually very similar to Steve Pollan in that you were both gypped out of a championship by a Dom interference call.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Dom and I've learned a lot of rules from Dom. Actually, it happens to be.
Oh yeah.
I will say he does know when he implements them and decides to implement them is a different story. But he really does know his certain rules. I remember one. This is in the Sunday morning league also, in West Hempstead in Chestnut. I was playing left field, and that's really I generally play left field, and there was like a pop up, like to the infield, and like maybe the shortstop had to move back a little bit, third baseman, and it like went off his glove, and then I caught it, and then I was like running in because I'm always gonna run to the ball. I just run. I run wherever the ball is. So I have an issue with people calling me off and me not ignoring them. That's one of my issues. But I caught the ball off of the guy's glove, and somebody was on third base and tagged up, and I'm like, oh, he left way too early because it was like, and Dom was very excited to let me know that I'm 100% wrong, and he left on time because once it hits the glove, you're allowed to leave, and I didn't know that rule at the time. So I will say, Dom with his interference calls. Listen, I was the beneficiary of one, which I'm sure you're going to get to last week. So
Well, let's just get to it. Let's just get to it right now. Is Jojo Levy the best looking man you've ever seen in your life? That's
So
really
I'm gonna address these David Gottlieb rumors, or I don't know, maybe the guys on their team. I don't know what they want. All I know is during the game, no one was complaining about any areas being touched. That was this is a week later. Like we need to make the story sound good type of
I don't know. Matt
situation.
Rosenberg seemed pretty convinced that there was some
Matt.
such a
I think Matt was very shocked. I think Matt was very shocked that David even said those words. So I think he was just laughing. But I really listen. I'm short. I'm not a tall guy, but I'm not like 3'3". So when I was running and I went like that, I think I may have just hit like his arm. But whatever. I guess the guy.
It felt like his arm, but it wasn't his arm.
I don't know. Yeah, I wish we got this. I wish we had this. I wish the live stream worked because I don't know. I didn't hear about this at all until I heard the complaints. Don't get me wrong. I heard the complaints, but the complaints were David, your co-captain. Your co-captain told me he was not happy with me.
Joey.
Joey,
Joey was not happy with me. And I listen. Here's the thing about me with softball. I really am not. It's just my game. My game is walk, some base hits, get on base. I try getting on base often. I'm pretty fast, and I like making moves on the bases. And this stuff definitely happens to me. Can ask Tuvia a little too much for his liking, but I really never. And
Rundowns happen too much for his liking.
Yeah, and these types of things, trying to take the extra base. Again, if you ask me, 8 out of 10 times it works, and he doesn't. He's just silent on those 8 out of 10. But the 2 times he gets very upset. But these types, I'm not. I can see how a player like me is a little. If you don't know me, or if you've never played with me before, it could be like a little off-putting. It's certainly not my intention. And it's just the way. It's just I personally think it's an effective way of playing. Nothing to do with how it feels to like other people. I'm not.
You're one of those pesky. You want to be one of those pesky type of players.
Rick Gardner.
I don't listen. Yeah, I pride myself on my fielding, for sure. I think I'm a pretty good fielder.
Avi, do you remember David Eckstein?
Yeah, of course.
He's like the original like pesky player that I remember.
Yeah.
Chuck
so like.
Mm.
So I pride myself on my fielding, and then I'm a leadoff hitter. So I try getting on base pretty often.
He also prides himself on lining up double plays and blocking what could have been the most dramatic moment of the whole tournament.
That was not. I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus, but that is not my fault. That's all I'm going to say on that.
You know what I'm referring to? So Morty was up with 2 on, on and 1 out, or 1 on and 1 out.
No, 2 on 1 out.
2 on 1 out, down by 2 runs
against Gordon.
Bottom of the 7th, with Matt Rosenberg on deck. And all Morty had to do is do anything but line into double play to bring Matt up as the winning run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And Morty goes ahead and takes, I think it was a 3-1 pitch or a 2-0 pitch.
No, definitely not 3-1.
Maybe it's
2 strikes. 2 strikes. No, 2 strikes. 2 strikes. I don't swing before 2 strikes.
Maybe the 2-2 pitch. And he ripped one to second, and Avrami Blisco caught it and doubled runner off first to end the game with Matt Rosenberg in the on-deck circle. If you watch the video of it, I was devastated. Not that they lost. I really couldn't care. But that you had Matt Rosenberg waiting on deck to get the at-bat. And you hear me saying before the at-bat, like,
yes,
I don't care. Strike out. Just please don't double play. Like, I need this content. Like, get Matt Rosenberg at the plate.
It's like the Blue Jays double play ball the other night.
Yeah. See, the thing is, you're saying, oh, just don't get into double play. I'm thinking I need to get on base so that Matt can hit a walk-off.
Right.
Oh, well, it's a walk-off anyway. It's a walk-off anyway. It's 2 guys on, right?
Yeah, but if you got on base loaded, Matt just needs a gapper. You guys in the game.
Yeah. Well, they would have walked him. I spoke to them. If I had gotten on, they were going to walk him.
They were going to walk in a run?
They would have walked in a run, to get well, no. If I had just gotten out.
You got out. They would have walked.
If I just gotten out.
Oh, that totally makes sense. It's like Barry Bonds getting walked with the bases loaded.
I hear that. 2 outs.
David, that was the funny thing about the rundown is that I did all that work, got to second, just so that you guys walk Matt. If I just stayed on first.
I didn't. Yeah, I missed that. That's funny.
But anyway, what I was saying is that your shorts to Joey, your co-captain, I felt bad because right when after that happened, I'm on second base and he's like shaking his head at me like I would never do that. And I'm like, why? I said, I'm like, do you think it was not right? That's the thing. Your team didn't think it was the wrong call at the time, at least. Maybe over time that changed. I don't know. But at the time, he's like, it was a good play. It was a smart play, but I would never do something like that. So
What do
I
they
said, I'm
call?
like,
What do they call those things when someone does something? They say what do they say? They say it's what's the word for it? I'm scarred from that word. I was called that word also when I played in coil with all the SYs. They call me that word.
Bush League.
Bush League, yeah, Bush League, Bush
Yeah.
League. Scarred from Bush League.
Yeah, I don't think I'm Bush League. Well, I have to say my next at bat, David, you were catching, and I don't know if you saw. I wanted to walk because I wanted Matt to hit. He hit the home run on the next pitch. That was the end of the game. But I don't know if you remember. I failed. I wanted to walk. It was 3-1, and I'm like, I'm just gonna walk because I want Matt to drive me in. And I kept failing, and he kept pitching strikes, so I just kept failing the pitches off. I don't know if you remember to the left, like by
Wait,
third
can
base.
you go back 1 second? My mind wandered for a second. Say that one more time.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I was catching. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the end of the game. It's the fourth inning.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
Matt told me like I'm gonna drive this time. I'm gonna drive you in, whatever. Because I guess last time he didn't. I don't know. So I'm
Okay.
like, all right, I'm gonna get on for Matt. So it was
Oh,
three
okay.
and one. It was 3-1, and I decided in my head against pitchers that are not so fast. I feel like I'm in total control of every pitch, and so that's why I said like I won't swing before there's 2 strikes. So I kept fouling. I'm like 3-1. I'm gonna walk. Eventually, he's gonna pitch a ball. He did not pitch a ball. It was your first baseman, the Twillery. I don't know
Oh,
his name.
Yankee.
Super nice
Yeah,
guy.
super
Yeah,
nice guy. Yeah.
yeah, I really like him. Anyway, so he didn't pitch a ball, and I just kept fouling off to third, a bunch of pitches,
I do
and
remember.
then
I was actually playing first base at that point.
oh, you were
I
first
moved.
base.
I moved
Oh,
to first
interesting.
base. That's
Oh,
what
okay,
happened.
interesting.
Oh,
Okay, so anyways, so
the
whoever
game
was
went that
catching for me,
badly that you moved to first base.
I was on my knees for like 2 hours. You know how many? I sat there for 15 straight runs. I needed
anyway,
a
so
break.
your team shifts everyone. Your team does like a full on shift.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Everyone by
For
the third
Matt.
baseline and
Yeah,
through the outfields. You know.
yeah.
So Dom says to the catcher, I thought it was you, but I guess it wasn't you. Dom says to your catcher, he's hitting it to opposite field now. And then the next pitch, so I hit a single to opposite field. And then just because, again, I can't program differently, I like, again, like I round
I was
second,
playing
like
first base.
a
Yeah.
hard rounding first base to go to second. And Craig, who also I love, sweetest guy in the world, was like to me, hey, come back. Don't like, we don't pile on the score. We don't do that. And I'm like, Craig, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. I wasn't thinking you're 100% right. And
We
then
better
Matt hits
watch
one
out
over,
tomorrow night.
and then Matt hits one over the fence. So I guess,
Yeah.
Craig,
But
I guess
Yankee was
Craig didn't get the
throwing.
Matt.
That one was a little. That home run, Yankee was throwing it over for him to see what he could do. Yankee wasn't trying to get him out, from what I recall.
I agree. I think that's true.
Is that
I would
accurate?
say that's true.
I
think that's true.
Speaking
Yeah.
of tomorrow night, Dave, so this is our last guest before we start the tournament.
Koenig. We have
Post
Koenig tomorrow.
Oh God,
Mhm.
before it's on. Okay, so let's get into your game a little bit. We got a
Wait. No. We haven't gone through his life story yet.
Fine, I'm so excited.
Koenig,
excited about this friendly
you want to know my
banter that was
softball?
between him and his
My quick
enemies.
softball? You want to know my quick softball?
I couldn't hear what you said. You're a little too close to
No,
the
I'm
screen.
sorry, I said I apologize. I was just so excited for this friendly banter that's soon going to turn to complete enemies in a minute. But anyways, go ahead.
Buddy.
Go ahead.
Wait, you want to know my quick softball? Like the team, like
Okay. Yes.
I started on Tuvia's Sunday team. Me and my brother were on that team. One of my brothers played on that team.
And then they were playing in
Yeah.
West Hempstead generally, or Queens.
Early Queens. Then it was Queens and West Hempstead. Then just West Hempstead.
Right.
Yeah, that was that. Then I played on the night league team. So probably most people don't know this, but Ash started playing. I would say I was playing in the night league years before Ash. Me and 2 of my brothers were on this team.
This is a Croton League?
Croton League, yeah. And the team that Ash currently captains. So it was like it was like run this team by, there wasn't an A and a B, I don't think. I'm pretty sure not at the time. And it was run by this guy named David Englander. I don't know if you know his son Shmuel Englander.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great family.
Yeah, correct. So those are like my close family friends, and David Englander was like, guys, come play on the team. So like me and 3 of my brothers actually, me and all of my brothers played on this team, this night league team. One of my brothers like wasn't really so into it, so he dropped out. Then me and 2 of my brothers continued for years. it was like this Englanders team. Then we wanted to make it like better. So David Englander asked us if we know anyone. So my brother Yakov, who is Daniel Ash's age, went to DRS together, said, "Oh, I know a good pitcher." He brought Ash in, and obviously we loved Ash.
The
Having
rest
Ash
is
on the team.
history.
We loved having Ash on the team, and then slowly Ash took the team over. The Englanders left. It was like became like a very and then the league got
Wait, so
better.
Tuvia, who was the pitcher? Tuvia?
No. Tuvia was never on this team. I never played nights with Tuvia.
Oh, you got invited through Englander. Okay, who was the pitcher before Ash?
I don't even know. I don't remember.
Okay, so
No
then
one.
Ash.
This team was not close to as good. This was like older guys, like more for fun. And then slowly we wanted to make it better. Kicked 1, 2, 3 guys off, or they left. They took the hint, and then Ash took it over. And so me and 2 of my brothers played on the team for years. So like when Matt was talking on the podcast about like those great Omnons teams, I don't know if it was Omnons at the time.
Yeah.
So I was on those teams. Me and 2 of my brothers, like Dector. It was Asher Ross was the catcher. I think Gavi played third base. One of my brothers played shortstop. Uh, what's his name? Palatov played second base. Palatov played second base.
Now they got this kid named Moshe Zin playing second and shortstop.
Yeah. Well, Palatov and my brother are good players, very good players, I would say.
Yeah.
But and then I was in left. Matt was in left center. My brother was in right center. I think Avi Weinberg was in right at the time, or Shmuel Englander at times, whatever. So that was that team for a while. Yeah. So that was my night league team. Then I stopped when I was in law school. I stopped playing nights. My brother I think just won both championships night league. Pretty sure. He's on Omnons still, and I think he was on Rada's night team also in the B. My oldest
Really?
brother.
What's his
My
first
oldest
name?
brother.
Sounds like
Baruch?
Rita. What's his?
Baruch Abittan.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yes, that was my night league team. Then in the mornings, I play with Tuvia Sunday mornings. Always still do. Summer I played in the Shul League. I've definitely jumped around there. I was on Young Israel Woodmere with Koenig and Palin for a bunch of years.
Mm.
And then I jumped ship to Woodsburg to a worse team, 100% worse team, but more.
Somewhere else on Chabad. Who's
He's on
Woodford?
Chabad. This is with the Tabaks and Adam Shraga,
You
The
like
tier
having
one?
fun with those
That's a
guys.
tier 2, no? That's
Eric
B.
Lifshitz. No. A.
Oh, that's A?
Yeah.
Who's the pitcher?
Yeah. Who's our pitcher? Our pitcher was Tovia. Now it's Ash.
Ash's team. Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, but Ash only comes. He comes just to be playoff eligible because he's in.
He's in Beaver Lake all summer.
Yeah, he's in the fantasy leagues. Yeah.
It's funny. All right, so I think I got your HSL lineage down pat. I want to talk to you about
I'm
it.
excited to have Amnon Kosher Pizza part of the HSL family very soon.
Is this a hint? Is this an ask? Is this
No, I'm saying Daniel Ash's team is Amnon Kosher Pizza. They sponsor the last 10 years. Unless Amnon does something
because now you guys run that league. I forgot.
Yeah, unless Amnon does something against the HSL, I'm excited to have them part of the family. Amnon is a legendary pizza joint for many years. It resonates with me a lot, also from the past many years. So I'm excited to have.
I think I'm going to rejoin. I think I'm going to rejoin the night league also now that I finished school.
I don't know. Now that Daniel Ash is picking up the Moshe Zins and the all the ringers of the world, I don't know if we'll have a spot for you.
Are you interested?
I don't need that.
Are you interested in playing A League ball?
Am I interested in playing
A League night ball?
Yeah.
We're very focused on developing A League teams. People are very afraid to go to the A League.
I've never played in the B League ever, except for when I played with
Joey's thing, yeah.
That was just for fun with Joey, whatever, for the guys. But
now it's serious.
Now you're gonna
get serious.
But I've never. That was the only time I played B. It was fun. It's fun. It was fun with the
guys.
All
right, I'm gonna ask both of you a question, and then we're gonna go to Avi. We'll talk about tomorrow's matchup. Avi, what do you think of Mordechai as a hitter?
Pesky, hard to get out. He could go to left, he could go to right, he could hit a ball on the inside part of the plate, he could hit a ball on the outside part of the plate. And he's a good eye. And also, if the infielder bobbles the ball, he's on first. So you got.
What do you think his lifetime batting average against you is? Include errors in the batting average.
Well, I only faced him Sunday mornings, and the last couple of years I've only really pitched to be eligible Sunday mornings. So I probably didn't face him too much. But I'll tell you this much: from the Blue Wild hitters, very few of them the last few years have been hitting me at all. I would say Morty probably hits me one of the harder guys I have to get out. in general, I have a hard time getting out pesky hitters because my strength as a pitcher is I could dot my
Positioning the
pitches.
field.
I could dot my pitches really, really well in and out and sort of force hitters to get into bad outs depending on where they're standing. Morty has the ability to take pitches, in and go to left, out and go to right. So it's very hard to pitch. And he also pokes the ball. So it's, even if I go 4 across and move people in, he'll still find holes. So my type of hitter is the strong hitter who likes the ball on the inside part of the plate and wants to go deep to left, or someone who likes it away, and I can sort of hit them in a spot where they're not comfortable and force them to make a bad out. Morty's very pesky with the pitch.
So what average? Give me an average, Avi.
Would you have a stat in front of you?
No
No.
way.
I have no clue. I definitely know, as out of the Blue Eyes lineup, he probably hits me one of the better in the top of the
Morty,
order.
what do you think your average off Edelman is lifetime?
Against Avi, I'll tell you the first couple times. This is years ago. I don't think I've played against Avi in a long time, personally.
Because
But
as much as I love Sunday mornings, I don't really. The last 2 years, I haven't really pitched. I just pitched to become eligible, and we haven't met in the playoffs. I pitched three out of 8 games the last 2 summers.
But Avi early on, when Avi, you came into this, you started playing about 5-6 years ago. Does that make sense? Yeah. I remember the first couple years, I first of all, I'm like, who's this guy that's yelling at his teammates? Like, I would never want to play behind him. That was back in the day before I knew you, really. But
and now that you know him,
no, now I like
sense.
it. There's different times. There's different types of intense pitchers.
Oh.
And there's the guys that like you yell at you and you're like, I don't want to be on his team. And there's guys that yell and you're like, I like that. I like that. I like that kind of pressure. Avi's in that boat. Still, Steve's in that boat for me too. By the way,
who's not?
I feel bad saying names. No one that's playing in the leagues now.
Oh, okay.
I think we're sort of hinting to it. There's sort of this competitive passion that when guys know you're screaming. Again, it's never good to scream, but when guys know you're upset, you're being very vocal, very loud because of the sheer desperation to want to win. I feel like it's a little bit different than someone who's just off his horse and just screaming for no reason and just being a crazy person.
Listen, I'm the kind of guy that the guy on the team will make 4 errors, totally cost us a game, and I'll, in my head, I'm like, whatever I'm thinking in my head, but I'll be like, it's totally fine, don't worry. Yeah, I made 3 errors also, I like having someone on the team that like makes you feel like you got to make the plays, But anyways, early on against Avi, I had a lot of trouble. I don't know what it was. I'm not really sure what it was exactly. But I had a lot of trouble. Yeah, that was early on when he started, and then I think I figured it out. I don't know, I don't know what that means that I figured it out. I'm not saying I'm, have 900 average against him, but I feel like there's very few of the pitchers I feel like I haven't figured out how to be like somewhat successful against personally with like the way I play. Again, I'm not hitting bombs.
Who do you have the hardest time with?
Daniel Ash. I've only played against him. This was the 3rd time I played against him, or 4th time I played against him this last week. I think it was the first time I got a hit. I got on base twice. It was the first time I got hit. He knows that I don't swing at the first pitch because I played on his team for 100 years. And so he lobs on purpose. He like tries testing me. So he lobs the first pitch over. So the thing about Daniel Ash is that he has no control. He cannot lob. He doesn't have the ability to lob.
Correct.
He has no control when he lobs. So they're always balls. But I said to myself, I'm like, you know what? Like, I have to. This is my best chance. Like, I have to swing. So I decided, I'm like, you know what? And he knows he shifts everyone, so he has his left fielder playing not shallow but not deep. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna whack this ball. And his first pitch, the first at bat of the game was a ball, but my second at bat, he gave this lob. It was over the plate, and I hit a bomb like to left field, and it hit the tree. It was I don't know. It was like I don't know where it landed. I didn't even see, but it hit the tree high. So it was already dead. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding. I'm never having that chance to. And then my next at bat, he didn't lob the first pitch anymore. So
that's pretty funny.
That's it. I think I'm done. I'm done with that opportunity.
All right, obviously, you want to get to the game tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm excited. We got two guys battling it out tomorrow night. We got 2 players repping teams with long journeys. If you had to pick a journey to win the Twillery tournament and play as many games as possible in the Twillery tournament, you would pick the journey that you guys are on. You guys not only have to beat each other, but then you have to go on and face, either, a Gordon Company team, right, which is, I think, played by far the most dominant in the tournament.
Obviously, we lost to them also, Avi. We lost to them 4-2.
They're very strong. I don't know if are they the most dominant?
I think they're much deeper because Seremian in the playoffs, they're going to remember they're without Moshe Zin, everyone, people say, oh, they got SC Calvin, which is true. They only have 3 outfielders. They're using Glenn Zuckerman as their 4th outfielder, and I love Glenn, and he's very capable for his age. He really is. But
Well, is that guy Isaac Cohen coming?
I don't know, but he's a first baseman. It won't help them at all. He's not an outfielder.
So who's your outfield? Moskovich, Crone,
and
Keith Rosenstock?
No, Keith's the third baseman. I forget their third outfielder. I look at the roster, but they don't have a 4th outfielder. They only drafted a team of 3 outfielders. Glenn Zuckerman is their next best outfielder. So I think they have a legitimate hole. I think Gordon Company is very deep, and they have the deepest lineup in the tournament, I think, by far. Mikey Weiss, I won't say who. I got a message from somebody, an A-League player. This is actually a cute story. And, after he heard our podcast about how Mikey Weiss is pitching to a sub-1 ERA, he messaged me. He's like, Avi, I love you guys. I love what this is doing, the tournament play. He's like, and he was being serious. He's like, something has to be wrong that Mikey Weiss is a sub-1 ERA. He's like, there's got to be some sort of, it's how is that possible? He's just lobbing the ball over. It makes no sense. There's got to be some glitch in this tournament. And he's being, I think, pretty much serious. And I was explaining to him.
Wait, what did he say? I got distracted. I got news on my phone, which will excite you, Avi. But first, finish what you were saying.
There's got to be some sort of glitch in this Tuileries tournament that Mikey Weiss is able to pitch to a sub-1 ERA. And he was being somewhat serious. Like, how is that possible? And I think they just have the best. They have just a phenomenal defense behind them. Mikey doesn't walk guys, and they've just been backing him up all season. He's not facing the most talented lineups through and through. The back half of most lineups aren't as good. So it's going to be a very tough task for both of you, not only beating each other.
Well, I think we got 3 earned runs on him. Pretty sure.
Could be.
Wait, Avi, breaking news. Your Twiller
Oh.
remodeling video is dropping today at 6 p.m.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Wow! Wow! For everyone who's not following, during the Tuileries draft, there was 5 modeling videos that were taken. Elimelech Sperling, Hillel Rokach, Chaim Zegelbaum, one of David's Avadim, and Elimelech Bloomstein himself. I might even be missing. Might be another one. And then there was me. All of those modeling videos were released back to back nights, like 5 in a row. And then it's been 3 weeks since and nothing about me. And I'm starting to think, I thought it was super geschmack. I thought I did it. Why are they waiting so long to drop yours truly? I think I had probably the best modeling video Tuileries ever had, to be honest, just from the content I've seen and comparing it to my content. Why are they waiting so long? David, do you have an explanation on the wait, or who told you this piece of information?
It's in that chat. Michal Moradi mentioned it. Avi's been my one regret for the draft, I wish we had the entire draft there, everybody there. It was such a good time.
I agree.
Yeah, it's a big regret of mine. The Meretz Hashem next year will have everybody. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was amazing. Well, I got distracted. Oh, okay.
Okay, so Mikey Weiss story. So the guy says to you, how's he doing it?
No, the guy says he's like, how's it possible? There's got to be some sort of glitch with this tournament. There's no way Mikey Weiss could pitch to a sub-1 ERA. The guy's throwing the ball over. How's he doing that? I said, I can't say the name, but I said, listen, I think they have the only team with a really legitimate, maybe Holy Schnitzel also, but they're a really well-rounded defense. They have a really deep team. Eli Turk was one of the last picks in the draft. They only went for $15 because they only had $15 left. The guy's probably a top 10 outfielder in the tournament, and he's definitely, I think he's playing tomorrow night. And Mikey doesn't walk guys, and his defense has backed him up big time. So I think I think for both of you guys, whoever wins your game, you got to somehow find a way to conserve energy, because you're going to then be facing a team that I think is the strongest team in this Tuileries tournament by a very nice amount.
Yeah,
I agree. They're very strong.
The question is, who gets the chance to face them is the question.
I guess one thing that I've been struggling to figure out about my team, besides for Morty's team, we've lost every game by 1 or 2 runs. And every game. It was 3 other games, and we lost by 1 or 2 runs. So I'm curious to see.
There's no hitting. It's what I said from the beginning. You guys don't have a very weak, you have a very shallow lineup.
I'm not sure. No, you might be right, but still,
how many runs have you guys scored in the?
Oh, that's a great question. Let me check that. That's a good question. Hold on, let's see.
Avi, I feel like you underrate our offense.
I don't know if I do. You guys have scored.
Look at the stats. Look at the stats.
You guys have scored.
Quote those numbers, Avi.
You guys have scored.
Yeah.
12 runs in 5 games.
Who, me?
Crush.
And that's the worst in the tournament?
I could check.
Well, there you go. You're right.
Yeah, and you guys got 4 against us in the first inning. You were up 4-0 against us, by the way.
12
I
runs.
remember.
12 runs in 5 games. You're averaging a little over 2 runs a game. It's
And what are the other numbers?
compared to the rest of the league. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to pull that up. How do I check the league-wide stats?
Tuvia sent me.
By the way, while you guys are looking this stuff up, I will say one other thing about the pitchers, just because this is a take that I think most people will like have an opinion on.
It's 14, not 12.
Okay, run scored. I have it.
I think
Let Morty finish. Yeah.
I think the quote unquote downfall of Yehuda Koenig and this comeback player stuff is nonsense. He never lost it in my opinion.
Oh
I know he got
yeah,
injured.
it's
I know he
just
got
a
injured.
bit. It's just a bit.
Well,
think
it's
he
not
was
just a
hurt.
bit.
I
He went for
think- I
50.
think
He went for
coming back,
$50.
he was hurt.
He went for half the other pitchers.
I think he
I
was
think
hurt.
that was
He
crazy
was hurt for a while. He hasn't been on the pitching scene for a while.
for one season.
The honest truth is, I think it was because of me. I'm not just saying that to be like egotistical. I do a very good job of hyping players up and hyping players down. I think I left Koenig sort of neutral, which is why I went for a neutral amount. He also been hurt a lot recently. I didn't really, I didn't hype him up the same way I hyped up Kaufman and Pollen. Crush
Javi, our runs aren't that crazy because look, we have
14 runs. 14.
Yeah,
runs
but look
per
at
five.
Holy Schnitzel. Holy Schnitzel. I
Willery
guess
scored 15. Prime 16. Holy Schnitzel 7. You're the bottom of the pack. 14 runs
but it's
scored.
not even a standard deviation off, to throw out a fancy word at you.
That's fine, but you're still the bottom
Look,
of the
it's
pack.
14, 15, 16.
It could be true, but you're still the bottom of the pack.
I don't think it's the hitting. I think it's the defense.
I predicted to be the bottom of the pack. I did say, look at the first podcast. It crushed the weakest hitting team in the tournament. And my prediction came true.
Yeah. I don't know if it's scientifically accurate, though.
Could we get into this matchup quickly before we go? I'm saying we got 2 opponents right here. I want to get into it.
Well, who's pitching? Who's pitching for you guys tomorrow, Morty?
Good question. I'm not just not saying. I don't know. I don't know who Menachem and Prager are putting up there.
What's in between?
Okay.
It's between Tuvia and Craig, right?
Tuvia and Craig, yeah.
If Tuvia doesn't pitch, does he play the field or he sits? And same with Craig? They both sit.
Generally, what we've been doing is no. Generally, what we've been doing is that the one who does not pitch is the DH that game.
Another dangerous hitter I have to deal with, Dave, for you guys, Jakob Goldstein.
Oh yeah.
So I was gonna say he what's he batting, like 180, 250?
Yeah, he's not hitting well at all so far.
And our lineup is still, I know you don't think so, but the stats disagree. Our hitting is still fantastic.
Avi sets a narrative and he sticks to it.
Jakob Goldstein
which I like.
I love Jakob Goldstein. The guy's batting .067.
Yeah, correct.
Against us, he had a 3-run double, I think.
No, yep, his only hit of the season came against Crush. He had a 3-run double. But his only hit of the season, he's 1 for 15, and his only hit of the season came versus Crush, a 3-run double.
Okay, but Avi, how many guys in our team are hitting over 300?
You have 4 guys in our team hitting over 300, and they're actually all hitting exactly 400. Prager, Matt Rosenberg, Mordechai, Abittan, and Dovey.
Only hitting 400? Wow, it was a bad game last game. Bad week.
All right, we got to wrap up here, Avi. So we want to do predictions?
Let's do predictions. I'll go first. I will stick to my my gut. I think this is a Matt Rosenberg show game in which he either is going to dominate or is going to get walked every time. And guys like Jakob Goldstein and Dovey Schwartz and Mr. Abittan are going to step up at the plate. Ellie Dax, by the way, he's a great hitter. He hasn't done so much so far. He's
missing game 1, I think.
Missing game 1. Okay, that's an issue.
I think.
Does he have a gig? What's going on? He's doing a chuppah?
I don't know. I just think I saw in the chat that he's out the first.
I just think that Wall Street Girls a deeper team, and I think Wall Street Girls is going to win fairly easily. I would say Wall Street Girls 6, Crush 2.
Morty?
And I predict that Tuvia Blisco will be on the mound.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect. I honestly don't. There's another reason not to have Casson pitch. It's the second time in a week against the same team, or in 2 weeks against the same team. Give a different look, especially against a team that battered him. You know what, Morty? That's really the answer. I was giving such long explanations. A team beats the crap out of you. You don't come back with the same thing 10 days later.
I hear that.
I think that was part of the thinking too.
Doug, what do you think about tonight? Any thoughts of the game tomorrow night? You guys got a shot. It's gonna be close. I don't think it'll be close. I think 6-2.
I consider 6-2 close in softball. I don't know. Again, it's our run differential, as Morty correctly pointed out. If you take out their one game, is 4 over 4 games. We're 1-3 with a 4 run differential in 4 games. So that's a difference of 1 run per game. So it's tough. I don't know. What's my prediction? I predict we'll win a close game 4-2. 4-2,
Morty, do you have a
4-3,
prediction?
maybe 5-3.
Yeah. Just before my quick prediction, Avi, that's what the whole point of their differential being very close, besides for our one game, was my point in the chat. One of my chat disagreements with Matt being the player of the week that week when we played you guys, is that you kept pointing to, oh, you played with Crush. Crush stinks. Crush's defense and giving up runs was actually probably top of the league until we played them. So that's why I didn't like that.
Yeah,
Their run, they haven't scored a lot of runs, but they've been in very close games, 1 or 2 run games every game until us. Well, that was my point for Matt being player of the week that week. But okay, fine. Besides for that, moving on because he didn't win and it's over. Koenig deserved it also. I think we're gonna win. I think we're gonna win in game one. I think we're gonna score more than 4 and 6. I think we'll score. I would say we're gonna score 9. I would say 9-3 or 9-4. We've only scored under that twice, so and it was one of them was 7. But and then I'm not going to make second game. Should I make predictions or not against Gordon?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, sure. You guys can give a shot. Go ahead and make a prediction. I think Gordon's going to destroy. I love both of you. I think.
Yeah, you
Gordon's
thought they were going to destroy his last game also.
I think they're going to obliterate
Um,
one of you win that first game. But go ahead.
they're gonna obliterate us.
I would say it would be like whoever wins that first game, which I think it's you guys. I think it'll be like a.
Well, can I ask?
7-1,
What can I ask? I know
9-2.
you're very. By the way, I'm very high on them because that's my type of team. I like defense. I like defense and base hits.
They
But
also have a deep lineup. It's a very deep lineup.
yeah, so they do, but they don't have any. As far as they don't have any like guys that are like hitting.
Benji Horowitz, Shlomo Ross, Avrami Blisco, Shmuel Edelstein, Sam
Avi, here's
Mehdi Warsh, Ellie
Avi,
Turk, Izzo
look how many-
Zirin. They
look
have
how
8
many-
players, and I
Wait.
can make the argument that 6 out of those 8 are tier 1 Monday night players in their lineup. It's incredible.
100%. I 100% agree. My question to you is, when you say they're going to obliterate, how many guys? Usually, when a team obliterates, they're going to have to score a lot of runs. How many guys? How many hits more? How many extra base hits do they have? I would say under 5 on the season. I would say.
I think they're just going to pummel Tovia or Michael or Craig. I just think they're going to bang out hits. I've seen them do it.
They only score. I'm not saying they won. I think they're very good. I just think they only
Daniel
scored 5
Ash.
against us.
They ripped apart that without errors. They scored 3 runs off Ash in the first inning on 5 straight hits. I think they're just gonna.
And what did they do the rest? What was the score at the end of the game?
I don't know. It's a good point. Their lineup is so deep. Their lineup
is very deep. I agree.
All right, let's just move on to one last thing because I got to go.
I think that would be a close game. By the way,
I just think if both you guys have your classic Twillery tournament B level lineup and roster, and you're dealing against Gordon Companies who somehow drafted an A-level roster.
You don't think we have Menachem's on an A-league hitter?
No, I'm saying the overall roster I think is a B-level roster, like most of the Twillery tournament rosters are because of the draft being mixing up.
Yeah, I agree. I think we have some holes.
I think Gordon Companies actually has a somewhat A-level roster, based on their draft. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, what feedback do you have for the draft, Mr. Abittan? By the way, are you a Svard?
I am. I'm Moroccan. You can't tell.
Oh, yeah. No, I figured it has to be, obviously. No, I was actually going to guess it. Okay, yeah. Any feedback for the tournament?
I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed. I think it'll be better when guys are more known. The guys that are playing the league, guys that have been playing the league for years and guys that have not been. I don't think many of the captains knew who I was personally. I know that like when they were doing the mock drafts, I know Prager and Menachem, I know they thought like they were hoping to get all of like our whole core for like a few bucks because like they thought people didn't really know us. So I think that will be much better. Again, the subbing thing. By the way, one piece of chatter I've not been involved in is the subbing thing. I have no issues with any of it. I like joking around, but I think it's totally fine. I don't think it's an issue at all because they all have to play in the playoffs. So like, I don't think who cares? That's my opinion. The regular season is not relevant. More game. I feel like more games starting a little earlier. I know it's hard because there's all these other leagues going on. But I feel like guys like a little more games, seeing the other division, conference, whatever we're calling it here.
Next year's a lot easier because most of the Yom Tovim are weekends. So we're gonna have Mirza Shem. We're gonna have a lot easier time next year.
Yeah, I think maybe asking guys who would want. I do think the captains also need to be more fair. I think I'm a
Oh,
beneficiary of that.
that's
I think I'm a beneficiary of that. I think Prager and Menachem are
my
fantastic.
team. My team got absolutely hosed with it. Not only do we not have an A-League captain, we don't have anybody who's at the top of the tier B.
Yeah. So I think that for sure. I think
Huge issue.
Glenn and Sammy are awesome. Like both of them.
Ezzy Unger is a huge one, by the way. You know why Ezzy Unger is such a valuable captain? He can play anywhere on the
He
freaking
plays
field.
everywhere. Yeah.
He can play
Yeah.
everywhere on the freaking field.
And he's good. And he's a good captain. He's good at running team. Like in general, he's good at that. Yeah. So I think that's one thing. But I think overall, I think it's I think it's fantastic. I really do.
Yeah. You know what would be interesting if next year, considering the Yom Tovim, let me see when Rosh Hashanah is.
But but what I was saying about the captains is maybe seeing who would be interested. If we're able to like do it, like, start a little earlier, maybe seeing who would be interested in captaining teams.
Steve also had a good suggestion, changing to one captain, because that also helps mitigate some of the disparities.
Yeah, I think this year you needed two because guys don't know. You need more people to know who to draft. You know.
Yeah. What would be interesting also is how many weeks did this tournament take place over?
4 weeks of games, 5 weeks of games.
So the first game was September 11th, right?
No,
way more.
No, the draft is 9/11.
Oh, okay. And then
we started
the
that
first
week,
game was like a week later, no?
18th, the 18th, yeah. Or
18th.
Sorry, Monday. The draft was Wednesday night, the 11th. We started Monday.
So we started like the 15th?
The 16th, yeah.
There were 2 weeks before Sukkot, and then it was.
We started the 16th, so it went over a span of around a month and a half.
It's gonna be it's actually 8 weeks.
No, we started the 16th and November 5th.
I'm just okay. The week of the 16th is 1 week. The week of the 23rd is another. The week of the 30th is another. The week of the 7th is another. The week of the 14th. The week of the 21st. What I'm saying is how long it schlepped out for.
Yeah, right. And it was only 5 games, regular season games.
It would be interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, you need a nap. It would be interesting if we can. It would be really tight if we can actually do it like tournament style in like 2 to 3 weeks tops. That would be a lot of fun.
Depends if you can use Wanta as a field.
Yeah, I got a message today from Yaakov Sabo saying, Avi, please have my field switched. I'm like, Yaakov, where have you been the last week?
Was Shai Rosalimsky making a joke? Was that a bit, or was that real?
It wasn't a bit. I think he wasn't paying attention to the chat. He's not a bit.
That was great.
He's like, come on, does it feel closer? I'm like, Yaakov, where have you been the last 5 days?
I have to say, I did not have the confidence to be the lone guy, but from the start, I privately gave my support to David, but I completely agree.
Yeah, I appreciated it, Morty. I got a few voices of support.
All
Not
private.
many. Yeah, all private. Chaim Zagelbaum stuck his neck out slightly publicly. Running these zigs have given me a thick skin. Thank God. Also being a Shoal president.
We're a cutthroat business.
Alrighty. Thanks so much for coming on, Morty. It was a good old-fashioned baseball schmooze. We have different types of guests. You know, this fell into the like Shlomo Ross, Benji Horowitz category.
Yeah, it's my.
It's like a baseball schmooze. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we could talk Mets with you after if you want for days.
It's funny. I was posting so much crap about the Blue Jays the last couple of days. I was posting for friends. Somebody just really like, these are just all Mets fans taking out their frustration on the Blue Jays. All right. Well, thanks for coming on. Good luck tomorrow night. I have to call my co-captain now to make sure he's on board with the Yankee Hershkovitz decision. Also, I need to let I need to let Cass know that he's not pitching before the podcast goes out. Cass won't care. He's a team player.
They won't care.
Yeah, I'm so curious if you guys are going to go Tuvia or Craig. I'm really curious.
Me too. Have to say.
Do you think Tuvia would be hurt if it's not him?
Well, I'll tell you this. I don't think we're going to do. I think we're all friendly enough that I don't think we're going. It's not going to be the same pitcher for both games.
Right, but the top.
But you got to get the game too.
Yeah. There's no. What do they say in the MLB? There's no tomorrow. There's.
My opinion is. I mean, I'm not going to say who I think should start the first game, but whoever I do think, no matter what, whoever I think should start the first game, I think not a big leash. We've shown that we could score. We've definitely shown we could score on Crush, and I think.
Yeah, but look what happened with us. We put up 4 right away, and then you shut us down for the rest of the game. So I don't know.
100%, but those 4 weren't so much. There was one monster shot. I forgot if it was JoJo or Sully. I'm not sure. There was one monster shot, but I think there were a couple errors in that though.
And by the way,
Yeah.
whoever loses, we expect to see you back Wednesday night. It's gonna be an
100%.
awesome event.
Bez Hashem, I'll be there. I got babysitting coverage for my wife both Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm ready.
Whoever loses tomorrow night, come back Wednesday. We'll have food. We'll have video,
Yeah.
photography.
Well, David, I covered. I that's the one part I did say in the chat. The wonton night. They're like, oh, you expect people to come Wednesday? Well, no one's going to come after this. I said, well, half of you guys are going to be playing, so you have no kids.
Who said nobody's gonna be coming after that?
It was.
Probably
I think it was Brook. I think it was Brookler.
Brookler. And then
Yeah,
I found
I
out
think
Brookler's the 9:30 game, and it's, you know what, I'm gonna say it. It's fucking equidistant from Kew Garden Hills to Wantagh. Look at it on the fucking map. I live in Forest Hills. I'm talking to Brookler, and I'm like, from Forest Hills, it's a 3-minute difference. I'm like, do you live in Kew Garden Hills? What the fuck are you talking about? And he's coming at 9 o'clock. I don't know, whatever.
But he said, he's like, you're expecting, because you're like, oh, everyone come Wednesday night's gonna be great food, whatever. And he's like, now guys aren't gonna come. I'm like, half you guys have to be there. You have games.
I have no choice.
Brooklyn's gonna boycott. Brooklyn's gonna boycott the game.
No,
if
I
he
was
wins.
thinking of going to Wantagh specifically to show him that I'm also want to go. I'm so mad. I might just not go to Wantagh and let them get no videos or highlights and just totally like have.
All right, I
Oh,
gotta
you
jump
gotta
off. I gotta jump
You
off.
want to see
guys. All
Matt?
right,
You gotta
bye.
see Matt.
You got to see that.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'll see you.